code in any other languages, whichever you want. So let's begin. So the code I am taking is that the coding problem is from the lead code. I'm basically taking from the lead code because in lead code there are much more test cases to be passed, so that we have to write optimal code to optimal code that will satisfy a particular given test cases. So for that I'm taking a lead code, and it's also a good platform to practice coding and to start your journey. So let's begin. So as you can see that it is a we have to find the longest palindromic string. Longest palindromic string, you can say like longest palindromic string. You can see that first of all, what is palindromic string? Palindromic string is like if we read a word from either direction, either from left direction or either from right direction, it will be same as you read, and the meaning also be the same. So that is a palindromic string. But according to our question, it is said that find the longest substring inside a string. So basically, this is our string, and we have to find the longest string. So here you can say BAB is one palindromic string, and ABA is a palindromic string. You can see the output as BAB and AB. If you can able to bring out output any of these, so you are able to solve your problem. So let's begin. So first, you can see that this is the first of all, I'll make you all understand that I'm using a technique that is expand from the center. Expand from the center means if you are taking fixing a middle element and comparing the both side element, like if you are taking a middle element as B, you can just see my highlighted. I'm highlighting the text, just see that. And if you are comparing A and A, and if that is matchable, so we will again compare the left hand side and the right hand side. Like if A is A get match, then we'll again compare B and B. So as it gives the wrong output, means it doesn't matches, so we will stop and we will retrieve this substring from a string. So basically, I hope I am able to make you all understand how does this expand works. So let's begin. So first of all, loop will run till. So basically, let's start. Uh, First, we will run the loop. As we can see, we will run our outer loop till the length of the string. So length of the string, you can see that it is length of the string is 1 2 3 4 5. So length of the string is 5. So our loop will run till 5 times. So first of all, our I becomes 0. So as soon as our I becomes 0, so we just first uh, our str1 equal to EFC. EFC means expand from center. I've written in a short form, you just able to see this expand from. So it is calling the function. First of all, it is calling the function, and it is passing the parameter that is SII plus 1. That is S is PABD. See like that. And first of all, everything. So you just from here only, our function will get called and controller will move to here. Now inside that function we have a while loop. Inside that function we have a while loop. So we are first of all, we are just checking out either the condition is satisfied or not. So I is greater than equal to 0. So for I is 0, that is greater, yeah, satisfied. And the j is, and in the j in the j parameter, which we have passed the 0 1. So that's why in the j we have j as 1. So 1 is less than 5, we are satisfied. Now we will compare our index value. So at index 0 we have, you can see that at index 0 we have B, and at index 1 we have A. So at index 0 we have B, and at index 1 we have A. So you can see that this condition satisfy, and we all know that if in AND operator, whenever any one of the input is false, so overall result will be false. So that's why uh, this condition doesn't match, it means it gets false, so overall while loop get false. So our controller will directly move from here to the move from while statement to return. So in the return we have return I, s of I plus 1 colon j. So I plus 1 1, and the value of j was value of j. So this is the sliding method to retrieve out the substring. This is the sliding method in Python to retrieve out the substring. You can able to check, like I'm just make you all understand in the easiest way. So the like in this notepad, it, what this will return, I'm just showing you that what will be the output uh, if you are writing this statement and returning it. So you can see over here that like I'm running now. So you can see nothing is being written because this is sliding method you can able to understand by doing yourself. It is the easiest. So it returns nothing, so null value, so automatically our length is 0. And one more thing I am just forgot to say, sorry. So one more thing I want to say, that we are in the substring, it can be possible that uh, there can be a substring, palindromic substring that is of length 3, and one more substring uh, that is the length of 4, and one more substring. Many substring can be many palindromic substring can be present, and just we have to find the longest one. So for that we are just taking one more variable, so that we can able to compare the two variable. We can able to compare so that we can able to compare so that we can able to find the longest one. So for that we are just taking this variable and we are calling this expand from center from here also. So again we are uh, this function and our while will run. Let's run while loop. So here 0 greater than 0, yes, pass. Just focus on the parameter that is being passed in str2. You can able to relate yourself and able to understand yourself that what is how we are doing the driver. So 0 greater than 0, yeah, satisfied. 0 less than 5, we are satisfied. Now you see the, because same character will be present, so we just check the index, the value that is present at index 0 and index 0. So at index 0 we have b. So you can see that s of I equal, we are checking that either s of I equals to s of j, and I value is 0 and j value is also 0. So you just don't have to think anything with this. Yeah, it's true because both are the same index value of the same string. So pass. Now our while statement will run. So I value was 0, it will become minus 1, and j value was 0, so it will become, because one is decremental, one is increment, because one have to go left and one have to go right. So for that we are, one have to decrement, one have to means one have to decrement, one have to increment, so that we can able to do the comparison. So yeah, that has been done. Now again check, again go to our value for run. We check that minus 1 greater than equal to 0, because here I becomes minus 1, that's why we are checking. Again while loop is greater, no, because because we are just means minus 1 greater than 0, it is false, and we know that in an operator any of the input is false, so overall condition becomes false. So you don't have to check for other condition in the while loop. So our control will directly move to return statement. Return statement, we at I we have uh, I plus 1, that is minus 1 plus 1, it becomes 0, and at j we have 1. Let's check another time, like what will by using this statement, what will be the output. B will see, B is printed. This is the sliding method we can able to understand. If you are start using the start working in the Python, you can able to understand that what is sliding is, it just help to retrieve out the substring or the string from the particular word till the length minus one. Yeah, so it will return the b, so the length will be 1. So now we will just compare. So you can able to understand by your own side. I'm doing just for one, so that you can able to understand. So str1 length is 0, str2 length is 1. So length of str1 is greater than, we are checking length of str1 is greater than length of str2. Let's see, length of str1 is 0 and length of str2 is 1. uh, so let's check no, because 0 is lesser value. So this condition becomes false. So controller will directly move to else statement. Now it will see nothing, it will just, because and operator, if any of the one value is false, the overall result becomes false. So we will check the else statement, and the else statement we have again, we have a if statement. Again if statement, that is if length of str2 is greater than length of s2. So this length of s2, you can see that I have stored an empty string, that means 0 of length. So let's check, and length of str2 is 1 and length of s2 is 0, because I have declared an empty string, so that's why it is 0. So yeah, this condition satisfy, and the if statement will run. This if statement were, now we are just storing the character that is being run, that is being returned from the function in the s2. So the character that is being returned from the function of str2 was b. So we're just storing the character b in s2. So length of s2 becomes 1. So now, as again so it will become 1. And again, the function will get called, that is expand from center. This function get called is 1 comma 2. Now let's take the condition inside the while loop, that is is greater than equal to 0. Yeah, satisfied. Let's check 2 is less than 5. That's also satisfied. Now check the character that has been present at index 1 and 2. At index 1 we have a, and at index 2 we have b. So again false. So again this file becomes false. So directly move here to return I plus 1. I, we have 1, 1, and 1 plus 1 becomes 2, and the value of j was 2. So again we can see that we are getting nothing, because it is of same value, and we know that uh, it will always return till the length minus 1. So here both are the same value, so it will return nothing. So ultimately it will return nothing, and the length value will become will only be 0. So again str2 will return, means str2 will run, this statement will run str2. Again expand from center, get function get called. So this function get called, and 1 comma 1. So 1 is greater, now we'll again check the while condition, 1 greater than equal to 0, 1 less than 5. Now see either the value that is present at index 1 and index I and j is similar or not. Yeah, it is similar. So we will move inside the while loop. Now I becomes, because I was 1, so I becomes 0, and they will become 2. So yeah, so again we will run the while loop. Let's check the while condition. Is 0 greater than equal to 0? Yes, satisfied. 2 less than 5? Yes, that also satisfied. Now check the character that is being present at index 0 and 2. So at 0 we have b, at index 2 we also have b. So b is equals to b. Yeah, that is true. Now decrement, the value of I was 0, so now it will become minus 1, and j was 2, it will become 3. Now again check the while condition. I hope that you all have little knowledge, means little habituated with the while loop, how the while loop works. I just think that you all know this thing. So now the I value was minus 1. So you can see that at first condition only it become false. So you don't have to see any other thing. Just while loop will not, now while loop becomes false, so directly it will return to control return to here, and our I value was minus 1. So minus 1 plus 1 becomes 0, and the j value was 3. So we directly putting the j value. So the value that will get returned from the string is till the first index till the last index minus 1. So last index was 3, and 3 minus 1, that is 2. So 0 to 2. The substring will get returned. So 0 to 2 is 0, 1, 2. 3 will be not included because that's the sliding method. That's the inbuilt sliding method. So the value that will be the factor that will be written from the string will be BAP. So BAP. So and the length is 6. So you can as you can see that this one is greater. So automatically you don't have, means I'm not comparing here. You just try to understand that I have shown you uh, just the summit of how this code is working. So you just I'm just storing this storing as it is the maximum one. So I'm storing this in the h2 because it is just this code is just finding the maximum one, whichever the maximum of str1 and str2, we will take the we will prefer that one only. So bab is the longest one, and the length of the h2 becomes 3. So now again our for loop will run, that is first when. So again, this function get called. Uh, let's see what's working here. Parameter get passed. So let's check. 2 is greater than equal to 0. Yeah, that's satisfied. Yeah, that's satisfied. And this 3 is less than 5. That's also satisfied. Now compare the character that is present at index 2 and 3. At 2 we have B, and at 3 we have A. So as you can see, the condition becomes false. So the control will directly jump to here, and the string, the substring that will get returned. Let's see, I we have 2, so 2 plus 1 will become 3, and at j we have 3, so it will remain 3. So we know that it will always return the substring till the from the starting value till the last minus 1 value. So here 3 minus 1 will be 2, so nothing will get returned. So that is nothing. So ultimately this will return nothing, and the length will be 0. So again this will run, and this and I value was 2 and equal to 0 and 2 less than 5. Yeah, it's both satisfied. Now let's check the character that is present. I obviously, because both are the same index, so obviously the value that will be comparing will be same, because they are just they are just working on the same array or the same string. So let's see at what character is present at index 2. It is B. So is B is equal, yeah, obviously it's B is equals to 2. It is 2. So again, the I value was 2, um, and if we will decrement 2 it will become 1, and if we will increment 2, because j is also 2, so it will become. It's okay. It's okay. Now again while loop will run, and let's check 1 is greater than equal to 0. That's satisfied, and 3 is less than 5. Yeah, it's also satisfied. Now check the character that is present at index 1 and 3. At index 1 we have a, at index 3 we have a. So let's check. They're both satisfied again. So we will again move inside the while loop and just increment and decrement. So I will become 0 and j will become 4. Again we will come with the condition. So 0 equal to 0, yeah, satisfied. 4 is less than 5, yeah, satisfied. But take the character that is present in index 0 and 4. At index 0 we have B, at index 4 we have D. So you can see that this condition get false because they are not matching. So directly false. Controller move to here. So in case of I plus 1, our I was 0, so 0 plus 1 will become 1, and our J was 4. So we know that this sliding method will return a substring till the length minus 1. So till the last index minus 1. So last index was 4, 4 minus 1 is 3. 1 to 3, the character or the value that we return from here is the character that is present at index 1 to 3. So at 1 we have A, B we have B, this one. 1 to 3, the character that we return from here is ABA. This one. So and the length is becomes 6. So again we see that from these two which one is longer. The second one is longer. We don't know as variable that is h2. Now again our for loop will run and it will become 3. Now again it will check. So let's check. If 3 is greater than equal to 0, you are satisfied, and 4 is less than 5, you are satisfied. Now check the character that is present at index 3 and 4. So 3 and 4 we have A and D. So A and D. So check that it is or it is false. So control will directly move here. Now let's check the substring. I we have 3, 3 plus 1 will become 4, and the J value was uh, already 4. So we can see that it will return nothing because it will only return the substring that is of that is the last index minus 1. It will return from the first index till the last index minus 1. So last index was 4, so minus 1 become 3, so 4 to 3 nothing will get returned. So this will remain as it is. Now we will run this one. Is the 3 greater than equal to 3, you are satisfied. Is 3 less than 5, yeah, that also satisfied. Now check the index, the variable that is present at index 3. At index 3 we have A, so A is equals to, you are satisfied. Now one will become decrement, one will become increment. So the decrement value will, the I will be decremented, that will be become 2, and the J will become incremented, so that will become. So again, it will move to while condition. If 2 is greater than 0, you are satisfied. If 4 is less than 5, yeah, that also satisfied. Now check the value that is inside P, that is there in the index 2 and 4. So at 2 we have B, at 4 we have D. So, so we will now in decrement again decrement D because sorry, as we can see this become false. So we directly move to this return statement. And quickly move to return statement, and as our I value was 2, always check this one, this value or this value, because it is the update value, so that's why check this one. So 2 plus 1 become 3, and the J was 4. So 3 to 4 means the value that will get returned from here will be from 3 to 4 minus 1 till 3, means the value that is present at index 3, it will return only the value that is so. So this is the, so again we can say str2 is the maximum one, again 1. So the first condition will be false, so no question of checking the if statement, to directly move to else statement. Again, in the else statement, it is said that if length of str2 is greater than length of str, so length of str2 is 1 and length of s2 is 3. You can see that length of s2 is 3. So again failed, so it will remain as it is. So we don't have this, it will remain as it is. So again I value will get increment, will become 4, and again str will call this function. We'll check if 4 is greater than 0, yeah, satisfied, and again if 5 is less than 5. See here our condition failed because 5 is not, this 5 is equals to 5. So this condition get failed. So the controller directly move to return statement. That return statement we have a plus 1, and our is 4, it will become 5, and our j is 5. So if we return till from 5 to 5, so if we return nothing because we know that the if we return a substring that is from the first index till the last index minus 1, that is return nothing. So again 0. Now, now again this str will run, and inside str we have a method, we are calling the method efc, that is expand from center. Now we can check 4 is greater than equal to 4, satisfied. 0, 4 is less than 5, we are satisfied. Is d equal to d, yeah, that's also satisfied. Now we'll decrement and increment. We decrement the I, that will become 3, and we are incrementing the j, it will become 5. So now check the while loop. Is 3 is greater than equal to 0? Yeah, satisfied. And check is 5 is less than equal to 5? No, because 5 equals to 5. So you don't have to say anything. Value become false, and it will directly move to return statement. Return statement, our I value was 3, 4, 4, and the j value was 5. So it will return a string that is from 4 to 5 minus 1, that is 4. So at 4 index the value that is we have is d. So this will get returned 1. So we don't have to check the if statement, it will always move to else statement, and at else statement we have a length of str2, that is 1, and length of s2 is, that is 3. So again get